Hey YouTube, this is an overview of my Supra's current setup for running an autocross. Basically, I'm going to be talking about what's been done to this car to improve the handling and braking when being driven through an autocross course by yours truly. So this setup is what I feel works pretty good for me, but might not work for others. By the way, for driving this car on the street, I pretty much keep everything the same except for switching out the wheels to run a square setup of 275/35/18s and 18x10s. Now my Supra just goes to local events which are run on fairly even pavement. And so all of my suspension tuning and adjustments have been for that type of condition. So first off, I want to mention that this Supra weighs 3,400 pounds. This weight includes me, a half tank of fuel, no spare tires, no ABS, and the front seats have been replaced with Sparco bucket seats. And the AC system has also been removed. Okay, so starting at the front of the car, the front subframe have the red bushings from Strongflex. There's also harder bushings available, but so far the red bushings are working out fine for me. The control arm bushings, upper and lower, have been replaced with SuperPro poly bushings, and the steering rack bushings are also SuperPro poly bushings. My car has been lowered approximately 2 inches lower than OEM and uses a bump steer kit from Technotoytuning. The front brakes are the Mercedes S500 calipers and Nissan 350Z rotors, track rotors. Originally, I was using the Mercedes 13-inch rotors, but switched to the Nissan track rotors since they are much lighter weight, which gives a noticeably better steering feel. A brace is installed for the brake's master cylinder to reduce flex under hard braking, and also gives a better pedal feel. And the brake fluid used is the Motul RBF 700. That thru fluid has mostly worked for me in the past, but I had brake fade during certain events that required a lot of heavy braking. So the Motul seems to have rid of the brake fade that I've been experiencing. Currently, my Supra is not running a sway bar up front, but my 16K front spring does a good job when cornering. And although the car does roll a bit, it's not that bad to me, and the front end stays very planted. And tire temperature hasn't changed that much that I've noticed, and I do cool down my tires with water after each run if they're running hot. Now, previous setups are the 14K springs, which I have right here, and a factory front sway bar, or maybe a white line sway bar, which is this guy right here, on medium or soft setting. I can't use the hard setting on the white line because the end links interfere with the coilover. If I do decide to run a front sway bar, I would use my factory bar with the 14K springs. You know, for me, in my opinion, a heavy front bar isn't really needed. But who knows, everybody's different. So, but at the moment, I'm not running a front sway bar, and I've been pretty happy with it. Moving on to tires, my front tire is a 265/35R18 on an 18x10 wheel with a +15 offset. And that +15 offset works out pretty good because I don't need to use a spacer. With the wheels that I use for street driving, it's a +35 offset, so I have to use a 12mm front spacer so that the wheels don't rub against the lower control arms or the front sway bar if I'm running one. Now there's different thoughts on running strut bars on a Mk3 Supra. Some argue that it does not add any benefits due to the Supra's double wishbone design. However, when I added this strut bar, I got rid of some body noise when driving through rough and uneven pavement. And moving to the back of the car, all of the bushings are also switched to poly. Subframe bushings are Strongflex red, and the rest are energy suspension. The diff is now a torsion LSD, and I think that works a lot better for my application. Previously, I had a clutch plate LSD, and I had some issues with it, mostly having an inner tire spin going around corners, and that went away when I switched to a torsion. I'm using 10K springs in the back, and the sway bar is also removed. I might switch to a 8K spring if a track I know that I'm running in is going to be very rough and bumpy. But the 10K springs in the back work out pretty good without a sway bar. The rear brakes are the Lexus LS430 calipers and Mk4 Supra rotors. And the adapter kit is by Poormanmods. A strut bar is also used in the back, and it helps reduce body flex when going around a corner. I mean, I could really tell that you know, the body is a lot stiffer with the strut bar. Okay, for the rear wheel, I'm using a 295/30 R18 on a 18 by 10.5 inch wide wheel, and the offset is a plus 35. Additional stuff I want to mention is that this Supra has been corner balanced, which resulted in 55% of car weight in front and 45% in the rear. Its alignment has minus 2.5 degrees camber, 7.5 degrees positive caster, 0 toe in the front, and minus 2 degrees camber, 3/32 toe in at the rear. Alright, so that's pretty much it. And if you made it this far, thanks for the interest, and let me know if you have any comments.